Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day guys and welcome to episode 54 of All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian Fishing Podcast. Joined here by co-host Matt Rode. How are you, Rhodey?
Dizzy, I'm very good, and we got another jam-packed episode for you all.
We do. We're coming fresh off the back of a live episode.
Positive feedback we've had from that.
Positive feedback. One friend of the show, Dan, even suggested that maybe few more liveys might be on the cards in the future.
Yeah, well, look, I can't see why we can't go live from a future fishing event.
Yeah, no, me neither. But
I'm not sure you want me going live in my board shorts and no shirt every week, but
probably not. It's good to be back here though with you in the studio, Rhodey, because we've got, like you said, we've got a jam-packed episode. Micks Jiggers this week. Mick and Kirsty are going to join us.
Yes.
From Micks Jiggers, and they're going to chat to us about everything in that regard, which we very much look forward to. But we should touch on a couple of highlights and lowlights of the fortnight or so that's been.
Yeah, what do you got for us, Diz?
Well, look, I am very much looking forward to hopefully some fishing over the next sort of month.
Yeah, we've been in a drought, it's fair to say.
We have.
It's been at least a month. But things are looking on the up.
We've got Easter coming.
Yeah, I think we're going to get over to York's next weekend.
Yep.
I did threaten to Lucy we may take the babies out crabbing. I thought it was a gentle introduction.
A good introduction to the fishing life.
So we may have the babies on the boat, unconfirmed. But if not, we'll probably get the bag of whiting, I hope.
Yes, very much hope
I'm
so
hoping
too.
to get out Sunday for some tuna, potentially.
Yes.
And Easter is always 4 days off, so we should be able to fit some fishing in there. So fishing is looking on the up.
It is, Rhodey. And your highlight?
I'm going to go with the SA Fishing Showcase last week, Diz. You did mention the live stream, which was great interaction with the crowd, the fans.
Yes.
But congratulations to Lee and her team for organising a ripper event. We certainly learned a lot, I reckon.
Yeah.
And we met some really nice people, and we've lined up plenty of future podcast guests. We've learnt Dizzy's not as good as he thinks he is at fly fishing.
I thought I did quite well.
Anyway, we should have got video footage of that.
Yeah, we should have. Jeff from the fly fishing club was quite impressed with how fast I picked it up.
But no, that was a good event all around. The kids were out there. We met a couple of Lee's junior anglers, the Reeling In Junior Anglers ambassadors.
Yep.
Good sausages.
Yeah, no, sausages were good, well controlled by Lee's partner on the barbie.
And another positive to come out of the SA Fishing Showcase was it was good to, we do talk to a lot of people from across the state on the podcast, never necessarily meet them in person, but it was good to put a few names to faces.
It was, yeah.
So Dave Schofield from the Gulf Skin Divers.
Yeah. And
Jamie, who comes from Port Lincoln, who we've interacted with a bit on the show.
Yep.
They both came up and said g'day, so that was great.
Alex Williams, good to see him too.
Another one.
And yeah, amongst others, good to catch up with some guys we haven't seen in a while. Of course, the raising some funds there for the childhood cancer.
Yeah, good to see the kids. I was quite impressed with the measuring they had for the certificate for the kids.
Yeah. No, it was good. And bit of live action in front of us while we were recording the podcast with some people catching a few little bream.
Little 8 centimetre bream.
Yeah, fair, buddy. All of them had to go back.
Anyway, Diz, that's the positives. What do you got as the negatives?
Well, look, after that spectacular showcase we talked about, thought, what better way to top off the day than going to watch Port Give the Hawkers a flogging, but it turned out that it happened the other way around. Big guy, and Rody, it was a disappointing day at the office for Port and the Port supporters.
It was very disappointing, Diz, and we're coming to you from Friday evening. We're just about to go and watch the Powers' next game in the showdown.
Oh, yes.
And if Port lose, that's going to be my lemon for the next 6 weeks. Because we better not bloody lose. This could make me look real silly in retrospect, but anyway.
we'll go with it. Rody, what's your lemon?
Look, Diz, I am planning on going fishing on Sunday, and I was racking my brain at work today. You know, when you're sitting there on a Friday about lunchtime, you lose a bit of interest in work. Your attention turns to the Bomb app and you start sussing out the weather. Everything's lined up for Sunday. And as we have mentioned, it's been a little while since we've had the boat wet, Diz. And what crossed my mind was the age-old question when you have had a month or so without fishing. Did we fill up the boat last time? Do you know?
Ooh.
Anyway, that leads me to my next point. In all reality, I don't think we did, and I'm leaning towards filling up the boat with petrol on the way down there. And that makes me nervous about the petrol prices.
That's $250,000.
The old Putin tax on the petrol is doing my head in.
Oh,
filling up the car's bad enough, let alone putting the bloody 120 litres of boat fuel.
You do need to factor that in.
Oh,
These days.
I'm going to charge admission on the boat from now on.
You can't just nipping across the Yorks for a day trip is just, unless you're really capitalising.
Unless you're as good as getting a bag of whiting as I am, it's not worth it.
Getting a bag of whiting, getting a bag of tuna, jumping over and getting some crays. You're probably losing money. But you're having a great time doing it, Rody.
We do, and that's enough of the negativity. What do you got for us, Diz?
Well, Rody, the merch, as always, we had nothing but positive feedback from everybody down at the showcase. Some even wearing our merch, which was very pleasing.
We did saw a couple of caps floating around.
We did, and we sort of obviously gave out as many bumper stickers as we possibly could.
Some stubbies.
Probably not as many business cards as the Real and Deal tackle shop did, because they put one on every single car. Just a good little bit of promotion, and when I moved my car, I got another one.
So you doubled up on the Real and Deal business card.
Yeah, I've got plenty of them going around, but no, it was a great event, and as always, get in touch with us if you've wanting any merch. And I'm not going to say that we're moving into the cooler part of the year just yet, because I'm still sort of hanging on to hope that summer's hanging around for a little while, but won't be long before we start thinking about a jumper order, Rody.
Yes, Diz, we're going to get some rippers this year. We're looking forward to it, and had a few questions already, so I think they'll be hot property.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get into the news, Rody, because we do have a bit to get through before, of course, we get our guest on for today, Micks Jiggers. So, when you've been burying your head in the books, what have you found, mate?
Look, Diz, this popped up on my desk from friend of the show, Dan Way, who he was involved in some stocking at Happy Valley. So he is involved as a volunteer of the Reservoir Reserve and was invited down there to assist with releasing 6,000 rainbow trout into Happy Valley Reservoir, Diz.
Yeah, good numbers.
It's good, and it's good, as I think we spoke about on a previous podcast, it's good that they're not just chucking a heap of Murray cod in there and then leaving them and that's it.
Yeah.
It's good that there is a bit of a plan to continue.
Yeah.
And I hope that the new Labor government continues. So, Diz, they stock 6,000 trout as a part of the plan. And they're a target for you to fish for.
Yeah, they are. Good little sport fish. Dan's said on there that they taste pretty good as well. I can't vouch for that myself personally, because I haven't tried one, certainly in any recent time that I would recall. It is interesting though. Minimum size limit 28, personal daily bag limit of 2 per person. Great of Dan to just mention that on his post so that the punters out there are aware. The fly fishing club, Jeff, we had a chat with him last week. and their club practice strict catch and release only.
Yeah.
Or advocate for that, if nothing else. So, yeah, that was mainly due to the sporting. So, look, I guess it'll be interesting to see how often this type of things happen with restocking. Rody, we don't want to deplete those too badly, do we?
No, we don't, Diz. And I did ask Dan about the size of them.
Yes.
And he reported back they're about 5 to 6 inches.
Okay.
So they're a bit off being that legal size at the moment.
Yeah.
But, look, they'll get there.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely.
So what's 6 inches? That's about 15 centimetres or so, is it?
Yeah, about that.
So, look, got to double their size to be catchable. But we do look forward to that, Diz.
Oh, yeah.
And Dan also mentioned on that post, if you would like to be involved in the future stocking of South Australian reservoirs, you can jump on their website and sign up as a volunteer.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. Excellent work. Excellent stuff. All right, well, moving on from that, Rody, because we've got a fair bit of news to get through out of the Riviera Tuna Comp. Of course, there was, a huge event down in Port Lincoln, the Calcutta, I think it's called, but the Riviera Tuna Classic.
Yep.
And, yeah, big number of fish caught, 819 total.
Yeah.
Caught
over 2
and
days.
released.
It's pretty good going.
Yeah, it is.
And so Diz, that's an event we'd love to get to. Certainly to have a couple of nights at, I think, different pubs, like a meet and greet at the start and a presentation night at the end.
Yep.
And they always look like good fun.
Yeah.
And going by the fish that we see pop up, it is pretty hot fishing too.
Yeah, well, overall champion boat Dusty, 78 fish.
That's a good weekend, Diz.
It's a serious weekend.
And champion boat under 8 metres was the Sniper with 41 fish.
Even that's just good going in.
And this is probably the most impressive stat, I reckon, Diz.
Yeah.
Overall champion angler was Dean Lewis with 33 fish.
Individually. Unbelievable.
Busy.
Very
friend of the show, Tracy Tito, took out the champion female under 8 metres with 9 fish.
Right on, Tracy.
And champion junior was Jai with 15.
Wow, yeah.
Good going for a young fella, Diz.
So, interestingly as well, coming out of that comp, the heaviest fish was a joint prize.
Yep.
Jed and Paul, 14.4 kilos exactly each.
Dead heat.
Not massive fish.
No, I was going to say a little bit underwhelming on the size front.
Not massive fish.
If you want my honest opinion.
Really healthy numbers there, Reddy.
It is, Diz. It's good for the stocks.
Which is good, and I sort of rewatched some footage of that shotgun start. Geez, you wouldn't want to be at the back of that caught in the wash.
And nah, you wouldn't, Diz. And I would like to put a shout out if anyone has got a big Riviera and wants to take us out in one of these future events.
Yeah, we'd be happy to come along.
I'll clear the calendar for it.
Yeah. No, do a live cross.
Might be Dizzy's son's first birthday, and we'll miss it.
Yeah, if it's in the calendar, it's happening.
We'll miss it.
I can't help it if we haven't put his birthday in there just yet.
We want to go on a riv and catch big tuna.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, Rody. There might be some riv listeners. There might be some riv. Oh, the riv boys might be listening.
The riv crew from your Buck Show.
The riv crew from the Buck Show. Goodness me, let's not get into that. Rody, let's get into some information coming out of the Infrastructure and Transport Facebook page and some announcements in relation to dredging, a dredging project which is happening out at Port Mac.
Yeah, so
Tell us more.
Yeah, they're dredging to ensure the ongoing safe use of the harbour, boat ramp and mooring grounds.
Yep.
And that's expected to be complete by July 2022, weather permitting.
Right.
What's not clear is how much of an impact that'll have on the ramp and things in the meantime.
Yeah.
And we know that it is coming towards barrel season when Port Mac is a bit of a hotspot and has a fair bit of traffic.
Yes.
So we'll keep an eye on that, Diz.
Yeah, we will, Rody. And it's not an area that we frequent.
No, I have been there. We've actually both been there.
We've both been there.
I've fished once there, dived once there.
Yeah, but a lovely spot.
It is, Diz. It's a good spot and it would be somewhere I'd like to do in our own boat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Diz, I think that's all we've got for the news today.
Yeah, and look, I think some meaty topics there.
And keeping in mind it has been a bit of a shorter fortnight, more like a week between episodes this time round.
Yeah, and so, look, we're just prefacing any of that, I suppose, for anybody who wants to have a dig at us, saying the news segment was crap this week, guys. Aren't we?
Oh, yeah, we are Diz, but,
But it wasn't.
it was good. Short but sweet.
It was. It's all about the quality over the quantity from my perspective.
And if they did have a dig at us, it might be directed at you saying we've got a lot to get through.
Fair enough.
That was a bit of a loose lead-in.
It was. All right, well, Rody, we mentioned at the start we've got Mick and Kirsty from Micks Jiggers. Let's get them on the line. Rody, great to have Mick and Kirsty on the line. Mick is from Micks Jiggers, and it's fantastic to have you here on the show today, mate. How you going?
Yeah, we're good. Thanks, fellas, for having us.
Great to have you both. And I did hear a little rumour Kirsty's the brains behind the operation. Mick, can you confirm?
Yeah. She is definitely the brains. I'm more of the industrious one, where I get into the gritty side of it. Yeah.
No, a good partnership. That's very good. Well, look, we're really keen to hear about everything you guys have been up to. We absolutely love Micks Jiggers. You have a fantastic product, and I'm sure many of our listeners know it very well. And we look forward to chatting about that a bit after. But let's get stuck into the 5 questions, Rody. So, Mick, can you tell us about your best fish?
Yeah, I've had plenty of decent fish, but probably the main ones would be, of course, probably I didn't get a weight on it. It might have been over the metre. I'm not too sure. Put a nice mulloway from West Lakes on a live bait, but those that have fished in West Lakes know the ledges. Just to reach down to the water, I couldn't pull it up. And as I went to lift it out, the thing snapped off.
Spewing. Well done anyway. That's a great catch.
Yeah, so that was pretty special. But I've caught some nice big squid down from the inlet as well, also from West Lakes.
And Kirsty, have you got a best catch?
I just do more squidding more than anything.
Yes, fair call. All right, we'll ask you the next one. What is your favourite thing about fishing? And feel free to both jump in if you like.
It's probably mutual. It's just being out there in nature, being close to the water.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, learning new skills, like trying to work out the areas. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's being out with family and friends as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing being out there.
Yeah, absolutely, it is, and that's a common theme, Roddy, isn't it? Just wanting to be outdoors and enjoying what nature's got to offer. Guys, first fishing memory, or what got you into it?
Well, for
My
me,
father's boat, yeah.
Yeah.
Fish a lot.
our dad's. It was always Dad was always taking us out. The fishing was a lot different back then to what it is now. Like, the places I used to go to, you can't actually get the fish there anymore. Like King George whiting from Torrens Island, you'd never get that now.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing back in the day.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully with some of these rules and regulations, the fish are on the improve, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
And guys, what's your favourite sort of fishing? I know you've mentioned squidding. Is that the go-to or anything else in particular?
Yeah, I'm just more of the squidding.
Yeah. Why is that?
Yeah.
Just the fun of it, or you like to eat them, or?
I don't have to touch too much bait.
That's a good call, Kirsty. I like it.
Cool.
What about you, Nick?
That would have to be the same. Like squidding would be probably my main one, but I do love the mulloway and the salmon as well. Like just the flicking the lures and the live bait,
Yep.
bringing up some live baits and just waiting there for hours for the runs, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. No, well, certainly getting onto a good patch of squid is always good fun too, isn't it?
Yeah. When they come in and like you see a good half a dozen, and your head's good when you can scoop them all up. It's pretty exhilarating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, you must have had a funny fishing story or two along the way, or maybe one that got away.
Yeah, Kirsty's just popping out to see our son for a second. But
Oh,
I've had when one of my fishing treks with the old man in West Lakes, I got into catching my own live bait when we were down there.
Yep.
I'd have a little cup and put some bread in there, and every now and again I'd go down to the cup and check if there's any bait in there. So I did manage to get like some live mullet that I'd rig onto my. I had one live mullet out, and as I went to go check the live bait again to see if I got any more, when I returned, my rod was gone.
Yeah.
And turns out a fish had taken the whole live bait and the rod all together. So in saying that, my father went back home, got another rod for me, and we re-caught that rod later.
What was on the end?
But yeah, no fish on there. But yeah.
Any clues or idea what took it?
I could say we've caught some pretty big brim in there, but maybe mulloway.
Yeah.
I've seen some big salmon in there too. So I don't know. Yeah, it's very strange West Lakes. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You never know with the lake there.
Mm.
Right, that's really
grew
good.
up around West Lakes. Every time after school, I'd always be there with mates, and so we know it pretty well.
Yeah, no, it's also, I grew up down at West Lakes as well. I sort of moved out of the area when I was a teenager, so mum and dad moved, but I used to love going down and trying to get a few brim around the pontoons and whatnot, so no, it's a great spot.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, it's definitely changed in the past. Like there's been some pontoons in there that you could swim out to, which are not there anymore, and a lot of it, hopefully it all picks up again. But
yeah, absolutely. No, that's great, Mick. Well, thank you very much for answering those questions. Let's get into a bit more about your business. So, tell us a bit about Micks Jiggers.
Well, just looking back, I just saw that we're coming into our 6th year, which is a bit of a shock. But trying to remember back where we started, what we've done. But the name was pretty much a collaboration between me, like my name, and Squid Jigs.
Yeah.
Kirsty sort of put the name together and come up with Micks Jiggers as sort of a play on words as well.
Yeah.
So we trademarked the name as well at one stage. I've got to check if that's still in effect. But we started out, I did all the painting in pretty much a very crude shed that was pretty dirty, and I just went out and bought some cheap paints and airbrush equipment, and pretty much started from there. In the through social media and all that, it doesn't take long to meet like-minded people, and one thing led to another. You end up making orders for people when they start seeing what you can do, and then I found a guy like Rui, if you've heard of Rui. He's helped me out a lot to get my cloth line up out to you guys, and sort of snowballed on from there.
And how's it grown since then, Mick? You've now gone into a range of different lures too. Tell us about how the business has grown and the range has grown.
I guess it's sort of because I'm always searching for, I get all my raw products of the squid jags. It was sort of inevitable that I was going to go into the lure side of things.
Yeah.
I've been experimenting with a few different styles of lures, getting a lot of feedback from you guys and customers, what they want, colours. So I pretty much make whatever you guys tell me, or I try and do my best to get a really good quality product out to you guys that isn't going to fall apart and that does the job. So we have been asked about soft plastics as well, but it's just, I think where we're sitting now, I just don't have the time to do that side of things, and it's good. Like we've sort of lined up. We got How's Your Tackle down south now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Tuna and the boys down there, they're happy to bring in some of our squid jags. We did speak to a few guys over in Stansbury while we were there this week. Another tackle shop over there.
Yeah.
See what happens there. But we're back in Adelaide now because the kids got a bit bored over there because there's no computers and and the weather was a bit ordinary. But it seems to the past year it's sort of snowballed on quite quickly. I guess with Benji as well, how well he done in the tuna comp.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. So every bit of networking goes a long way. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get some of those connections, don't you? And then you just never know what that might turn into. It sort of might open a door for you or create a connection. Like you
it's
meet
pretty
Dan.
unexpected as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty amazing. So you try and do your best to get a good product out there. Try and be honest and straight up with people. That's the sort of trust that it sort of works both ways.
Yeah. So, Mick, you did mention about the tuna competition, which we did have Benji on, and that was a great episode to hear all about their success at winning the Coast to Coast Tuna Comp in the team that you sponsored. Can you tell us about that and how you got involved with those guys and what it was, I'm sure that's been great promotion for your brand. So tell us about that journey as well, Mick.
Oh, yeah. Well, Benji was one of our testers or ambassadors, you could say, and he lives over he's over at York's, and so he knows, he's got a thorough knowledge of the water, and he's so good at the salmon and the squid, and that's why it was good when he approached me. Like, he's the one that come to me about representing us in the tuna comp.
Yeah.
And it's like I didn't have any thoughts prior to that, and I was happy for him to pretty much take the lead, and and I wasn't following it. Excuse me. I was getting updates as they were going. I didn't realise that they were having boat troubles as well, like until the second day. And they did an amazing job. Like, the work that all our testers do really is just phenomenal, and so many people I can thank. But it's just a phenomenal job that Benji and the boys did on that second day to get a couple of nice fish into the boat, and luckily he was using our lures. I think they scored some fish on them too, which was excellent. We tried to sponsor the event as well as much as we could, and it was hopefully one time in the future we might be able to get down there as well and participate. So
it's really good, mate, and fantastic of you to support those guys, and a bit of a cherry on top moment, I guess, when they won. So that was really good.
They did very well, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Mick, can you tell us a bit about anything that's in the pipeline for you? Sort of what's coming next for Micks Jiggers? You're working on anything?
I think we're pretty well going to sit steady at the moment. I think everything's just looking nice and smooth. I think all we're really focusing on is getting our stocks. Like, we might be bringing some old cloth stocks back. We get messages all the time saying, "Oh, when are you getting this? When are you getting that?" So we try and keep a nice variety of like jigs and that. I'll get some feedback on all these lures that I've been making. So what's working, what's not working. I'll probably order in some more blank bodies of those lures. Probably do some different colours of them as well. But I guess other than that, product-wise, we'll probably just keep it pretty well similar to what we got.
Yeah, and can you tell us about the range, Mick? We know all about the squid jigs. You're obviously most famous for them, but what have you grown into? What else can we target with some of your other lures?
I do have a few different styles, like divers and poppers, and I'm actually haven't done a lot of lure fishing myself, so I just jumped online and ordered about half a dozen different style lure blanks that I thought that they're, like, if you're targeting like salmon or tuna or whatnot, I just tried to shop for lures that would suit those sort of fish, something that's going to dive deep. So, and then it's sort of, because lures is new for us, it's sort of an R&D stage. So it's really more of a we'll make whatever up. I'll speak to the testers, see what colours they think. I'll post up on the page the body shapes and colours, what people will think. And so because it's still early, we're not really sure in the direction of lures what way we're going to go yet. But yeah, I guess that comes like that's where we can rely on our testers as well, because we've got Jordan that does a lot of freshwater fishing as well. So that's another side of it. But he also does a lot of squid fishing, and yeah, so it's good having them too, because we don't really get out as much as we can. So they can give a lot of feedback on the types of lures. So yeah.
Yeah, and we were very happy during the week, Mick, or a week or so ago, to get that custom popper that you made for us. It looks great. So you can do that for the folks out there, can you? If they've got something they really want, you can make it work?
Yeah, I can custom design and paint pretty much any design that's out there, as long as it's not stepping on anyone's toes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did make a one-off, like an AFL. I think it was a Port Power, which I can't sell any of these, so that's something that I can't do.
Enough.
But besides that, any colours, any text, anything custom, I can put onto any squid jags, any lures.
And then you sort of order the blanks, put the design on, and spray them yourself. Yeah,
I do it all from start to finish. Yeah. We've got all different types of clears as well, like the lure that you got, that's a resin type clear.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot more of a thicker, denser, and the gloss is like really top-notch gloss on it as well. And not much is going to damage that.
Yeah.
It looks really good. We can't wait to flick that one around, Rhodey, in the near future.
Yes, we'll see what we can catch on it.
I was flicking around. Even like up over in Sandsbury the last couple of days, the wind was picking up, and I was still getting a fair bit of distance with it.
Beautiful.
I did see some live bait like jumping out of the water. I was hoping something was going to come grab it, but yeah, it could have been just wind behind it as well. But yeah, they were swimming really well. Had a nice action through the surface. So yeah, we just need some good fish around, and yeah, there was plenty of birds that was taking interest in it.
Yeah, that's it. And Mick, you mentioned sort of, you were chatting with somebody down at Stansbury, and we know that you can find Micks Jiggers, getting in touch with you direct, or seeing like Dan and Boyd down at How's Your Tackle. But is there anywhere else, or is it just best for them to get in touch with you online or get in to see one of your stockists?
In retails, like the tackle stops is we only stock the How's Your Tackle down south, but we do support like the ADS boys, Adelaide Boat Squidders, with good jigs.
Yeah, they're
they
a great bunch of blokes, aren't they?
Giveaways as well. So if you're lucky enough, you might score something through them. We have a website on our Facebook page. That only has a PayPal option at the moment. I'm still trying to get the Afterpay, and we can do bank transfer if anyone wants to direct message me. That's no problems. We post out Australia-wide, so pretty much, basically, it's at the moment it's either through direct message through Facebook or Instagram, or through the boys down south at How's Your Tackle.
Yes, beautiful, Mick. Well, we've got 3 new lures ready to go. I think we're hoping to get over to York Peninsula next weekend, so hopefully we'll do some damage on a few squid and get the popper out as well. So thanks a lot for helping us out, and thanks a lot for coming on the podcast.
No problems at all, fellas. Thanks for having us on here.
Yeah, great to chat with you, Mick. Thanks again for your time.
Appreciate it. Good luck for when you go out then.
Thanks, mate.
All right, cheers, fellas.
Dears, great to chat with Micks Jiggers, Mick and Kirsty.
Yeah, Mick and Kirsty, great to have them on. Really good to hear about what they've been up to, and look, no surprises really that Dan and Boyd down at How's Your Tackle are supporting them, is it?
Every time we go down there, they just love telling us how they support local.
And they deliver on that too.
They do.
They do. Very, very good job of that. So that's great to hear, Rhodey. Let's get into the report.
And actually, one more thing on Micks Jiggers. I did order some squid jigs off their website recently, Diz.
Yeah, they look good.
And geez, they got there quick.
Yeah.
Mick's hot on the postage.
Yeah, he's...
So the website's a good option too if you can't get down to Christie's Beach.
Like he was saying, he was sort of working on his stocks.
Yeah.
So that he's got ready for dispatch.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than placing an order and sort of getting it, 2 to 3 months later.
Yep.
So, great work Great work to Mick and Kirsty, and keep up the good stuff. So,
All
ready. Let's get into the report. As I said, let's start with the obvious.
What's the obvious? Is tuna? We're still talking tuna.
The tuna are running well at Port Lincoln.
Yes. Well, we know that by the 800 and something that were caught in the comp.
Yeah.
What about locally? What have you been hearing?
Just before we move on, they might not be huge fish, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I think we've covered this.
They're in abundance. So if you're looking for a lot of tuna catches, then get down there. Victor, Rhodey, still seeing some reports coming through.
I'm certainly still seeing some reports of people seeing them land-based too, off the cliffs.
Right.
So I'll have a live report for you Sunday. And anyone who knows us well, or probably knows me well, will know that if I do get fish on Sunday, you'll hear about it.
You'll always hear about it.
If I quietly sort of go home, clean the boat, no social media interaction, it's safe to say I've had a bad day out.
Yeah, basically, if by Sunday, sort of 2 to 3 p.m, you haven't heard,
they're not there.
It was donuts. There's 0 fish.
So that means either Lil's screamed all night and I haven't got a wink of sleep,
Yeah.
or the tuna aren't biting.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Rhodey.
Diz, what else is biting as we're getting towards that change of the season, I suppose, aren't
Well,
we? So
we
there's some
are.
different species roll in, I think.
Yeah, we are. I mean, that's why you're sort of obviously hearing sort of patchy, not very good reports of King George whiting, particularly in the metro areas.
Yep.
But that's going to get better as I said earlier, the winter months start coming through, that gets a bit cooler, that type of thing.
The winter whiting, we're looking forward to that.
We absolutely are.
There was some talk of a little SA Angler article on that, Diz.
Oh yeah, that sounds very good to me indeed. But basically, you want to maximize if you're chasing yellowfin at this time of year, you want to be maximizing those warm nights.
Yep.
So basically, you get a warm night, then you want to get down there and start flicking those poppers. You might want a clear popper with a red belly.
Yep.
Those sorts of ones tend to do the damage.
Yep.
You might want a little surface wriggler.
Yep.
There's a few options there, but yellowfin whiting is still going to be happening, but not for very long, really.
And I don't want to rain on your parade there, Diz, but in terms of getting the yellowfin whiting in the evenings, people do have to keep in mind that as of this weekend, you lose an hour of sunlight after work.
I know, which makes it harder.
So you've almost got to look the other way and say, can we go in the morning?
Yeah, I know. You just don't tend to get those warm mornings as much, do you? Anyway, still a few opportunities. There's been some mullies in the Onk, and we know good friend of the show, Hazy, Alex Hayes, has done well on a few schoolies in the Onk in the past. Haven't heard of him specifically being down there, but given that I worked down south there, I am hearing some mixed reports of a few schoolies in the Onk.
Any bycatch, Diz? Brim or salmon trout or...
Yeah, there's always good catches of salmon trout.
Yeah.
Angus was down there last weekend with the kids.
Yeah.
And
were they wearing all the gear hoodies?
They were in all the gear kit and small yellowfin.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he put one back, but sent me a photo saying, "Is this legal?" And it was like slightly bigger than a tadpole.
Did he jump on one of those Facebook pages and say Fish ID on a red mullet too?
He didn't, but I was pleased to hear that he put them back. Of course, the folks have been over on York Peninsula are a little bit more roady, and one thing we've been meaning to do, this is sort of more of a discussion piece as opposed to a report specifically from us, but flathead in the shallows, soft plastics.
Yes, yeah, they do hit them this time of year.
Something that Jamie was keen on, I reckon.
Yeah, and I can't remember, that night when we went whiting fishing and caught 3 big flatties? I reckon that was like early winter, so autumn, sort of early winter.
Okay, yeah.
That was over at York's, and remember that night we hit onto 3 big ones?
Yes.
So that would roll in the flathead.
Good to get some flatties, that was.
And Diz, anything else for us? Squid?
Yeah, look, squid are still firing on the York Peninsula jetties. That's no great surprise.
Yeah.
But again, squid often come at the end of that crab season.
Yeah.
Winter.
Crab's still biting because, I know Lucy and Millie both love a feed of crabs when we do go over to York's, and that will be next weekend. So
yeah, I think you won't have any trouble getting a feed.
Should I talk it up or
bag
not?
out in 2 hours, but
Speed crabbing or just regular crabbing?
Kids might love a bit of speed crabbing.
True. We might have to
Bit
drop the
more
babies
general.
off before we do speed crabbing.
Yeah, so no, that's probably about all I'm hearing already in the grapevine.
Yeah, I've actually, the only other thing I wanted to mention was, I know we talked about the trout being stocked in Happy Valley. I've been down there once, a couple of weeks ago, and was chatting to one bloke and also seen on the socials, cod are getting probably harder to get,
Okay.
but I have seen a few more redfin reports.
Right.
So maybe they're starting to fire up and come out of the shadows where they've been hiding from the cod.
Yeah, okay. So the cod's slow and the redfins just start getting a bit angry.
Yeah, I reckon that's where it's heading is.
Come out in waves.
All right, that's
Very
not a
good.
bad report from you.
Yeah. Not my worst effort. Or let's get on to the tackle item, Brody.
Yeah, it is. This is a local product. It's versatile.
Yep.
Tell us about it, Diz.
Well, it's called the Fish Eze.
Is it ease or easy?
No.
E-Z-E, it's spelled.
Well, let's get them on at some stage.
We should.
And ask them.
We just get them on for like a minute and say, now, pronounce your
What should we
brand.
call it? Should we call it the Fish Eze or?
I think it's the Fish Eze,
Okay, Fish
but
Eze.
I'm not sure.
It's a clear Perspex, I imagine, tube.
It's a clear acrylic tube.
Clear acrylic tube with increments of measurements in centimetres along the side. It's a cylindrical shape,
Yep.
and at the bottom of it, it has a well-designed piece of foam,
Yeah.
which acts as a flotation device for the Fish Eze.
Yeah, so what
Have
do
I
you do with
described it
this?
well?
I'm not sure you've actually told us what we do with it.
Well, I'm just asking whether I've described it well.
Yeah, you described it reasonably well. Now,
Okay,
what do I
well,
do?
what do you do with it then, Brody? You can steal the thunder now.
Well, you put your fish in it
Ah,
and you measure it.
simple.
And I suppose, Diz, we must confess we've had an earlier model of this.
We had the prototype.
We came up with this idea.
We had the prototype.
And I think plenty of others have had the old PVC pipe on their boat, cut to the length of, for example, we've got one cut to the whiting measurement.
Yeah, yeah.
This has the advantage that you can use it for multiple species, Diz.
Yeah, it does.
And you can measure, those old PVC pipe ones, what do you know? You know they're either sticking out the end or they're not sticking out the end.
yeah, and and look, we did this in the prototype. You don't want too fat a tube.
Yeah.
Because obviously then the fish can bend and you can't sort of, those ones that are kind of line ball.
Yeah.
It might be 33, 34 centimetres. Well, it's easy to lose a couple of centimetres if they, bend their tail inside the...
But this
inside
has
the
got the
tube.
nice lines marked on it.
This is helpful.
You can have one pipe for your salmon trout, your whiting, your mullet.
Yeah. So it probably just takes that to the next level, doesn't it?
Garfish,
Oh, yeah, good call.
they're slippery buggers sometimes when you're dabbing at
Salmon
night.
trout.
It's dark.
Yeah.
So it's a
Probably
6
Gary's is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's from the top
Oh, it
lip.
is too. Yeah, it did too.
So that's going to be an issue.
So,
Maybe they could work on something there.
mate, that could be their next little...
You could put a tail in first.
Actually, that's not a bad shout, Diz. I think you should get them on the phone.
Yes, we should.
So it measures fish ranging from 20 to 35 centimetres with clearly marked lines. It has a 6 centimetre diameter, so that's sort of the maximum size fish you can fit in it.
Yeah.
And I suppose we did talk about it floats, so that's great.
Yep.
Makes it easy to either release the fish or to flick them into the esky.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Diz, if you follow their Instagram, but it's also a great beer sculling device.
I do follow their
I think that was last Friday, maybe. They were
Yeah.
talking about Friday knockoffs out of the Fish Eze.
Yeah, and who can blame them?
They're only human, mate.
Who can blame them? But look, this type of market isn't for you Gavin Solis, who, quote, I have never caught an undersized whiting on my boat ever, end quote.
And then
this is more for your another famous quote from that charter, David. We usually catch 38 to 42 centimetre whiting. This is more for your sort of metro, inland golf fishing waters.
Let me inland. Why didn't you catch, mate? What do you catch inland?
Inshore.
That was a bad use of words.
Inshore, sorry. Type of anglers who would get some benefit out of this, Roddy. What's it cost to the punters out there?
Well, Diz, I'm on their website as we speak, and they actually have a special on, which is great.
Oh,
Recommended retail price of $59.
is this a special just for the listeners, or?
I'm not sure whether they knew we were talking about them, but maybe. Currently $39.90.
Not bad.
Buy online and they will sort you out.
I wonder if there's postage.
Not sure it is. I haven't got that far into it.
Anyway,
Maybe when we get them on the show, we can ask them.
we'll find them online. We're probably going to hope to get them on the episode at some stage down the track, Roddy, wouldn't we?
I can't see why not.
But nice little piece of innovation there.
It is, Diz, and that just about wraps us up.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you can find us on all the popular podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Google, everywhere you need to look for your podcasts. And it was great to see some people at the showcase last week, Rhodey. Some people who hadn't listened who sort of promised us that they'd basically download from 1 through to 53.
We cracked that gag about 8 times. Saying, I didn't know there was a local podcast. And we said, yeah, mate, you got 53 episodes to catch up on.
It was getting old in the end, but no, good. Great to see people there. Good to catch up with you, Rhodey. And
thanks to Micks Jiggers for coming on.
Thanks to Micks Jiggers. And looking forward to a bit of fishing over the next few weeks.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.